team preview season is back, and it is time to do the Indiana Hoosiers 2026 team preview. This is going to be a fun one. So, looking at Indiana, the first thing you think about is, okay, they went 16-0 last season. They won the national championship. How do you bounce back from that? It's going to be tough to touch what they did last year. But the question that I have is, what do we get from Josh Hoover? He's a quarterback there, transfer from TCU. What do we get from him? Do we get a top 10 Heisman season? Do we get a average season, like kind of like a TCU high turnover season? What do we get from Josh Hoover at TCU? Because if you can, or Josh Hoover at Indiana, the quarterback, if you can answer that question for me, if you could jump ahead in the season and you could answer that question, I think I have a lot more confidence in what Indiana is going to do in 2026. So that's a big question. If we can get less turnovers from him, I really like this fit. He's one of the best quarterbacks that would fit here just because of the offense that he ran at TCU. So I'm excited about what he can do there. He's definitely not Fernando Mendoza, but he can be close. I'm not saying that he's going to be like a Heisman winner or even a Heisman top 5, but if he can be relatively close, I think we'll be okay. Next is the wide receiver room. Indiana's wide receiver room is really underrated. They're a really strong duo with Nick Marsh and Charlie Becker. That is probably one of the better duos on this team. So when I look at Indiana, no questions at the wide receiver room for sure. Slight questions at the quarterback room so far. And when you look at the halfback room for them looks relatively solid. So I don't have a ton of questions when it comes to Indiana football offensively. You have Roman Hemby and Keijuan Black are gone at the running back room, so maybe you could say that there's going to be some turnover there. But Turbo Richard, I think, is going to be fine. I think he'll be okay, be able to get some good yards. There's not a ton of depth there, so injuries could potentially hurt you, but I think they'll be okay. I think they're going to be able to have a solid season. As for defense, Bryant Haynes is the defensive coordinator, and I think that's all you got to know. Like, that's literally all I wrote down on this piece of paper right here. Wrote down Bryant Haynes. That's it. That's all you need to know. Bryant Haynes, defensive coordinator there. Like, do we really need to go in depth of what the roster is going to look like? In my opinion, they're going to have a top 10 defense. Definitely top 15, especially with him there. So I have full confidence in Indiana's defense. Then you get to some key players on their defense. Elijah Hardy is a linebacker. He's a junior. He's a guy I really am excited about. Tucker, the nose tackle there, redshirt senior, we're really excited about him. He's going to be able to, really get in there and be a force in stopping the run. Amir Farrell, or I can't even say that name, Farrelly, the strong safety, he's a senior. He's another guy that's going to be really good. So there's a lot of good players on this Indiana team, so I don't have a ton of questions there. The biggest thing for me, for Indiana, could potentially be schedule. This is where you might look at them and say, okay, if we don't get things clicking, we might have some struggles. Now, here's the bright spot. Keep the schedule up. So here's the bright spot. I'm going to keep this graphic up. You start with North Texas, then you go to Howard, or then you start with North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky, and Northwestern. All 4 games that I just named are easy teams to beat and all at home. So you're probably starting 4-0. That is a great time to really warm up for the upcoming season, for the upcoming games. Right after that, you go at Rutgers, should get a win there, at Nebraska, should get a win there. You might see an undefeated Nebraska team because Nebraska's schedule is pretty relatively easy. Then you have Ohio State at home. So you look at Ohio State and you have them at home. That's huge. So let's say you drop that game, though. You go at Michigan, tough game, and versus USC. Those are probably your 3 toughest games. You have Minnesota in between there. If you can go 10-2 in this schedule, or even 11-1, 10-2 in the schedule, that's a great season. 10-2 will get you in the playoff in the schedule because you'll have a solid win to hang your hat on. You'll probably have a Washington win, and if you can have either the Ohio State, Michigan, or USC win to hang your hat on, you can have the Nebraska win to hang your hat on. So Indiana, for me, looks really good. Looks like they have a lot of potential. The schedule, as I said, could have some tough areas, but I think overall they got a relatively good schedule pull from the Big Ten. So my record prediction for them is most likely 11-1. My high end is 12-0. Like, there's 12-0 on the schedule. My low end is also 9-3. I think you could lose to USC. Ohio State and Michigan. You could potentially go 8-4 if all things go wrong. Drop the Nebraska game or the Washington game, both on the road. But I think they're going to be okay, and I'm going to call my shot at most likely 10-2. I said 11-1, but I'm going to change it to most likely 10-2, maybe 11-1. I'll see there. But that's my full Indiana season preview for 2026. Let me know in the comments if you agreed or disagreed, and I will be down there to let you know my thoughts on your comments as well.